Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, a spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me at 339-1670 or 238-6716. Those of you that have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also contact me. Now, viewers, I want to say a special good night to you in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean and around the globe. Those of you that have added our page, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, like and share it, because we bring you the events of the day. We bring you real talk. We bring you issues that is taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. And we allow you to call in. Now, not just on our page, TT Real Talk on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, and you would know when we go live. Now, viewers, I want you to share the page. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Like it, share it, let people know about it. Because presently we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. And I thank you, the citizens, for making us the #1. Now, like I said, there's one police show, there's one crime show, but there are many current affairs programs in Trinidad in all different stations. So if you have one police show, you can't compete against nobody, because there's only one police show. If you have one crime show, you can't compete, because there's only one crime show. But there are many current affairs programs in Trinidad and Tobago. And I thank you, the viewers of Real Talk, for making us the #1. Here's the reason why. I did so many things. Legislations, bills signed by the president. I did that for you, for us, the citizen. I educate you all on a daily basis, on a nightly basis, about Trinidad and Tobago, about your rights, about police, about health, about a lot of things. And even stand up for individuals through the Real Talk platform. So continue liking and sharing the page. Let your friends and them know, local and regional, that there is a platform for the citizen, for the less fortunate, to call in and voice your concerns. So viewers, feel free to call in live at 238-6716. Let's hear what you have to say about the councillors, about the MPs, about the guns, about the drugs, about the COVID-19 situation, things that is taking place in your country. Let us know, let the world know what is taking place in our little country with 1.3 or 1.4 million people right here in Trinidad. Now remember, even the farmers, I want to hear what is taking place with you all. I know the Arangwais farmers are locked on. I know farmers in Freeport, in South, on the East, Central. Call in, let's hear what is taking place with you. I want to hear that. The citizens of Trinidad want to hear about you, the farmers. We want to know if we will have food on the table. We want to know about food security in Trinidad and Tobago. That is what we want as citizens to hear about. Now, viewers, you all know Real Talk is having its food drive, and I am asking you to contribute $1,000, plant a seed. You have heard miracles. You have heard people call in and said they were sick and they planted a seed and they got healed. They got delivered. So plant a seed. It's only when you plant a seed, a tree will grow and it will bear fruit. And that fruit will be you to inherit. So like I said, we started our drive on Sunday. We went out Sunday. We did things different from everybody else. You got your groceries, you got a bag full at market, you got chicken, you know. So we are still doing it. Yesterday we got some stuff yesterday. It's almost finished today. But nevertheless, tomorrow I am getting some more grocery hampers. Hopefully, well, I did some purchasing today. Hopefully we'll get it tomorrow or Thursday. But nevertheless, we are giving back because you give unto us. You give unto us. So we are giving back to the communities. So as we start off tonight's program, viewers, feel free to call in. Let me hear what you have to say. So what we are facing in Trinidad now is a plant closure. Economic challenge are being cited for the closure of the Nutrien ammonia plant in Point Lisas. Managing Director of Nutrien Trinidad confirmed in a report that the plant would be closed for at least 3 months. 3 months. However, he assured that at this time, the company does not anticipate any impact on its employees. Well, that's a relief. I am sure it's a relief for some of you. Nutrien's headquarters is based in Canada, but have 5 plants in Trinidad. Walcott said, only the P2 plant would be closed while the rest would remain operational. So we have a plant closed, but nevertheless, he said that it would not impact the workers, and he could give that assurance. So it's good to hear. We have a call. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yes, I have 2 fast points. The first point is that all who are hitting out at Munilal for writing that letter, even in the government, if everything is above board, they don't have nothing to worry about. Then second, it's a very big disrespect to frontline workers as sanitation workers and people sweeping the road to really offer them 1%. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Hey, you see garbage collectors? They have one of the most dangerous work. You know why I say that? Picking up garbage. You never know what is in that bag. You never know. Sometimes you might have hazardous material in that bag, and they picking it up. Sometimes we see them without proper clothing, gloves, mask, no hats, no protective gear. But they are keeping the streets of Trinidad and Tobago clean. You know, it's a sad thing that this is where we are with our garbage collectors in Trinidad and Tobago. It's sad to know that this is the condition they have to work under. It's really, really sad. How many of you have families, or your brother, or your father working in the garbage collection in Trinidad and Tobago? How many of you could stand up and say that they have proper gears to work with? You know, it's really sad, you know. So know that this is the condition they function under in other countries. Proper gears, you know. The companies provide proper equipment for them. Not like in Trinidad here. In Trinidad, we do business. If you get sick, you get sick. Walk with your mask, walk with your gloves. What is the EMA doing about it? What is health doing about it? Since it is garbage collection, what is the health department doing about it? What are we doing? We want to live our first world class. You want to live the first world lifestyle. But the garbage collection stinks. It stinks. How sad it is. You see the things to talk about, you wouldn't talk about it. You would never talk about it. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saheed.
Yes, go right ahead.
Doing a wonderful job, and blessings to you to carry on that good job you are doing. And also, my hats go to those double worker and those little business, small
Caller,
business.
I am not hearing you. There is something wrong with the lines. Something wrong with the lines. I do apologize for that. But let's stay with the garbage collection for a little while. We have COVID-19 presently in Trinidad and Tobago. Is there any measures that the Ministers of Health put in place concerning the disposal of COVID-19 hazardous materials? Have they put in anything in place? Or are they just bagging it and a rubbish truck pass and pick it up and they just go in the dump and just get rid of it? What about these clothes? What about the gloves? What about the mask? Are they taking any precautions into dealing with that? Because let me tell you something, that is a spread by itself. It is a spread by itself. Caller, good night.
Good night, Jai. First time caller.
Welcome to Real Talk, my dear.
Yes, I enjoy your program.
Thank you so much.
What I would like to think, I would like to address us as sanitation workers instead of the word garbage collectors. It does sound right. If we say sanitation workers, we will reach somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Sanitation workers, garbage collectors, it doesn't matter. Whether you use a street name or an appropriate name, it still sucks. It still sucks because the gears that they're using is not proper, which is supposed to be handled by the company that they work for. It's not proper. The disposal of COVID-19 garbage, it is biohazardous. What are we, how are you disposing that? Are you just carrying it in dump and just dumping it? Are you just dumping it in the dump? Are you burning it? How it is being disposed? Because if you're just throwing it in the dump just so, the people who in the dump, they could get this virus. The workers in the dump, they could get this. They could spread it from one person to the next. Think about that. Think about that. The person's picking up the garbage. They could get it because if you pick up the garbage and the bag bursts with no proper gloves, you could get it. And then they carrying it to your family home. And then the family carrying it to the friends. So all this is things we need to look at concerning garbage collection and disposal. Caller, good night.
Salam alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I just really have some comment to make, but I just really want to
Cut it. That noise, much noise. So, we need to find our way. And we need to know what sort of measures did the government or the Minister of Health or swim call put in place to dispose of these hazardous material. Have you all heard anybody or any station or any ministers or any MPs talk about the disposal of COVID-19 material where? Did the CMO mention anything about that? Did the Minister of Health mention anything about it? You see, with the virus living on this material, the workers at the dump could easily catch it. They could easily catch it. And I never heard in one media briefing that any reporter, neither any ministers, talked about the disposal of the COVID-19 materials. You're trying to combat a virus that have no cure. You issue your stay-at-home policies. But what about the disposal? Caller, good night.
Yeah, good night, Saeed.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, Saeed, the person who picking up rubbish on the rubbish truck, right? The contractor again, big money, but they pay them for a small money to work without any gears in some of them. They treated them down to the ground. They come like them slaving. You understand? But
Yes.
everybody who put on rubbish from by the house. This man has passed and throw it in the truck. And then they'll be treated worse than anybody in the past they go. Then so be one of the big people who collect it and pay. The contractor will be robbing them.
Thank you, my friend. You see, nobody mentioned anything about this. Nobody. And I waited. I waited to see if anybody would talk about this. Not one media personnel reported it or asked about it. How are we going to dispose the COVID-19, the gloves, and the storage, and the mask? How are we disposing this? Are we burning it? Are we putting it in an incinerator? Or are we just carrying it to the dump and dumping it? We're talking about health, you know. This is health, you know. This is combating COVID-19. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Saeed, this garbage people, when they go and they interfere with the garbage, and they go in the cafe or the bakery and they buy things, that money will be spread from one person to the next.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. You see, nobody will talk about this. You know why? Because the garbage man not important. As the caller said, the sanitation worker. It doesn't matter what type of fancy name you use. It shows that they're not important. And who would talk about it? Me. Me. Real Talk will talk about it. Saieed Ali will talk about it. Because these are the same fellas and them that keeping the streets clean. The same individual and them you would pass and look down on. These are the same individual and them that is picking up your garbage when they put it by the road. But how are they being treated? How are they being treated? They are being treated like they are enemy of the state. Am I right or am I wrong? They are being treated like enemies of the state. Don't go around him. He's smelling. But when you put your stink garbage by the road, that is the same man going to pick it up to keep in front of your house clean. They have families too. the garbage truck driver, he have families. The person who picks up the garbage that you put side in the road, they have families. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead.
Mr. Ali, so here what I'm saying, right? You have people in Trinidad and Tobago who have power that could make a change and help people, and they refuse to do it.
Correct. Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Not only that, one more thing. The caller who just called about sanitation work, garbage worker, Trinidadians now custom saying sanitation to workers, always saying garbage man all their life.
Thank you, my friend. So listen this now. Listen this now. Health Minister Terence Dial Singh has stated that the right protocol have saved Trinidad and Tobago. The minister made a statement during today's virtual media conference. He said the Chief Medical Officer and the Ministry of Health, he did not leave, he did not leave out that part, you know. He made sure, and he said the Minister of Health made the correct decision to ignore the hype surrounding alternative testing and to use only PCR testing to detect COVID-19. Minister Dial Singh was responding to a question on why the country was not using antibody testing since it was introduced in some other countries several weeks ago. He referred to an article published in the Washington Post on Monday. It reported that the U.S. Food and Drug Administration moved on Monday to assert oversight, saying the test will have to pass agency muster, including meeting standards and quality and accuracy.
When we say we must adhere to protocols, I know that sounds sometimes to be dogmatic, but it's the adherence to protocols which has saved Trinidad and Tobago. We must stick to protocols even though there's public pressure not to do so in the short term.
So you hear that, viewers? What happened to the rating that they got from Oxford University? He brought a copy to the media to show them. We placed second. We good. Why didn't you get a report from WHO and boast on that? You take it from a school, but you wouldn't take it from WHO. You remind me of the Minister of Finance. When Standard & Poor's reading good, Trinidad good, we save X amount of dollars. And when you're reading bad, we ain't using it. We ain't using it. So sometimes I just wonder. I just wonder sometimes. So listen to this now. We're going up to the Sandy Granny facility. Here's where the bacchanal going to start now. Health Minister Terence Dial Singh has confirmed that the Sandy Granny step-down facility have been rented for a period of 3 months. Listen to this. This comes even though all the patients at the facility were discharged. Remember when I was digging this? Here it is. The minister was responding to a question from the media when he made the statement. He said the Chief Medical Officer and the Chief Executive Officer of the Eastern Regional Health Authority, ERHA, would make a decision on the facility soon.
We met with all the CEOs this morning, and the CEO of ERHA has confirmed this morning that the rental agreement was for 3 months in the first instance. Whilst there is no one there now, like the CMO will say, if we give it up and then you have a surge in cases, what do we do? So we are weighing the pros and cons right now with the CEO of Eastern RHA, looking at our entire COVID setup from convalescent care, care for suspect cases, care for confirmed cases, step down, and we are now have to weigh where we go forward with all of these.
Listen, sir. The facility was rented by the Eastern Regional Health Authority from Glenroy Davis at a cost of $105,000 per month for 3 months, totaling $315,000 inclusive of utility and insurance charge. So what I want to know now that there is nobody there, are you all still going to run the facility? What happened to the Bloody Hell Hospital with the 250 bed? What happened to all the bloody hospital throughout Trinidad and Tobago? All they bring patients and scatter them all over Trinidad and Tobago. All over. You're paying rent $105,000. Aquatic Center, you spend $1.5 million to fix it up to standard. And you have the damn citizens of Trinidad and Tobago have to fill out about 9 or 10 different forms to get a little bit of money. Come back to me, guys. A little bit of money to put a little bit of damn food on their table. While all they're thinking if they rent. While all they're thinking if they continue renting a facility where they have nobody. And all they call all themselves, we're doing our best. $105,000 going down the drain with nobody in it. First of all, was the building approved by EMA? This is what I want to know. Remember the same health minister up and say he don't know who is Davis? I don't remember that. He is the very same minister, Terence Dialson, that you have seen on screen, said he do not know who is Davis, who authorized the payments to the Eastern Regional Health Authority. Who authorized the payments? Was that building passed by OSHA? Did you all know that building was up for sale? Well, I didn't know that. Well, that is news for all you. That is news for all you. That is news for you all. So they're weighing the pros and the cons now to find a way if to continue renting the building. What the hell you're renting a building for if there's nobody in it? What happened to the 200 bed in Cuba? I'm afraid to answer them thing. Where's the OSHA approval? Where is the EMA approval? Who authorized the payments for the Eastern Regional Health Authority to fund that? And the Minister of Health now wants to tell me he do not know nothing about that? Who you feel you talking to? A child now come out of the mother's womb? That is why I, Saieed, just come here and put all the cards on the table. All the cards on the table. So the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago would see. I tell you now, later I have nothing under the carpet staying there, you know. Nothing. Nothing. Like I said on a previous show now, just to top it off. if the US should place sanctions on Trinidad and Tobago, what will become of us? Because those in authority broke a law. They broke a US law. So what's going to happen to us? Caller, good night.
Good night.
Right ahead, you're live on Real Talk.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
What I want to say, I button your program, right? But I want to, these people who drink alcohol, the vacant on the street, and the drug addict, how them get corona? Saheed, how them get corona?
Thank you, my friend. Let me tell you something. Everything that's going on and going on and going on, and we the citizen, we just swallowing and swallowing and swallowing. If they feel, I am afraid, because they are some minister title individual, think again. Because up to now, the Eastern Regional Health Authority, neither the CMO, neither the Minister of Health come out and say if that building was approved by the EMA or OSHA. So what I want to say now, that the Eastern Regional Health Authority, them is OSHA and them is EMA. And the minister now still contemplating if to rent the building or don't have nobody. So we are dummies in Trinidad. We must just sit back and hear what you say. But you are not a doctor. You are not a doctor. The one next to you is the doctor. Caller, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Right ahead.
You're doing a good work there, man. But I understand you have some land in Congo Hill yourself.
What's that?
I understand you have some land in Congo Hill Trace yourself.
Call me tomorrow, 339-1670. Listen to this, $1.5 million to bring the Aquatic Center up to standard. $1.5 million, Now listen to this. The 33 nationals who were housed at the National Aquatic Center in Tacarigua were expected to be discharged today. All you like that? All you like that? $1.5 million, and the 33 of them were expected to be discharged today. How you call that? How you call that? Why you didn't take the 33 of them and put them in a back building in Couva Hospital? You said the Arima Hospital ready to use. The Arima facility ready to use. The minister told it, the health minister told it, I believe the CMO and all told the building. But you're going to spend $1.5 million in a aquatic center. How quickly we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, forget. But I'm here to bring it to you all. That was $1.5 million wasted. It wasted. You know who benefit from it? The persons who got the contract to provide toilet and bathroom. They are the ones benefited from it. And I wonder if they connected to anybody up in the authority. Those who have the authority to sign off on checks, and those who have authority to grant contract. I wonder if they have friends and families inherited from that. I'm just asking a question. So while we, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago now, waiting 4 weeks to collect a salary relief grant, which is set up prepared late. Because all I've seen people getting put out. It's on social media. Huh? A month pass. Rent assistance. Where is it? COVID-19 will finish in Trinidad and Tobago, and we mightn't get some of them checks. They're quite telling on you. $1.5 million wasted. For how long? How long? About 2 weeks? 14 days. While we have hospitals with beds that are ready to use. But these educated rulers we have in Trinidad and Tobago have no common sense. And you know what? Election coming up just now. Whether the rain falling or the sun shining, they're kissing the puppy and all. They're kissing the puppy and all. And if you have a parrot in a cage, come back to me. What did you say? If you have a parrot on a cage, cockot, cockot. They're going by the parrot and the ballon. Cockot, cockot. If you have a breakdown house, man, they're coming inside you. They might mind if you had to step on their toes. They're coming in. We go fix it, we go fix it, we go fix it. And we stupid Trinidadians. No, I shouldn't say stupid. We smart Trinidadians. Would go now. And you see when they're done rinse we airs with promise. We airs properly well wash. We brainwash we and all the way with washing. We go on, bring up this camera. Here what we're going to do, eh? The washing we airs. It washing so clean till we burn and all start to wash. And we go one do so. That is we Trinidadians. $1.5 million for 14 days. While we have 250 beds in Cuba put down, the sheet and them are beginning soil by now. And you know what? We're working for you. We're working for you. We're working for you. While you can't leave your house, otherwise you'll get sick. Worry yourself. Hold on. Hold on. Your council go pass just now in a few months. Your MP go pass just now in a few months from now. In a few months from now. I hope all of the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago seeing what is taking place. All are seeing. I cannot tell you all who to vote for. That is your civil rights. But keep in mind, when a pandemic arises in Trinidad, what was their response to you? Keep that in mind. So, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, this morning attended the 10th Special Emergency Meeting of the CARICOM Heads of Government. The meeting was held via video conferencing. It was focused mainly on the region's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. This is the information provided in a release from the Prime Minister's office. Where is the roadmap team? Where are they? How are we staying Trinidad and Tobago? What are they saying? How long they have been appointed? About 2 or 3 weeks now? And nothing. Nothing. COVID will come and go, and we mightn't hear nothing. Well, if you like come here to make friends, I didn't come here to make friends, you know. I come here to let you, the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, know what is taking place in your country. That is why we are the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. I hear a man saying they have nothing to watch on TV. I hear a man say they have nothing to watch, and right now we ain't seeing here. We haven't seen here and he had nothing to watch. Eh? But listen this. Listen this, eh? All ain't seeing God, but all believe in God. Think about that. A man said have nothing to watch on Synergy TV. Oh, where he did? We seen him? Are we saying? No, we not seen here and all. Hey, Trinidad's sweet, you know. It's sweet. So listen this now. We have a caller. Caller, good night.
A very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saieed.
Go right ahead, my friend.
I hope that your viewing and your listening audience do not misunderstand what I'm going to say. I am not afraid of COVID. Don't jump the gun yet. Let me tell you why. I'm talking for myself. Once I do the right thing to a T and follow the protocols, safe distancing, do everything they said to do, I am not afraid. Let me tell you what I am afraid of. Sooner or later, by the grace of God, we will have a vaccine. And we will be back to probably the new normal or normal again. What I am afraid of, what is worse than COVID-19, is the U.S. sanctions. COVID would come and go, but sanctions would have damaging and nasty effects for a while.
Yes. Thank you, my friend. You see, that is why on my previous show, I educated you all what is a sanction and the effect it will have on Trinidad and Tobago if the U.S. decides to put sanctions on Trinidad and Tobago because of our leaders. They're too big. You see, it's the same thing I just say. This is the same thing I just say. Come back to me. It's the same. You see, when power gets to your head, when power gets to your head, you're breaking all the laws. But you know when you just realize it? You see, when the power leaves you, then you just, I have been such a fool. Physical power don't stay forever. It don't. Kamala Prasad Bisasa was the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago once. She had the power to do anything in Trinidad and Tobago. And what happened? What happened? She lost it. So she had no power again. But you see when power gets to your brain? You see when power gets to your brain? It's a serious thing. 15 years, about 15 years now, I'm doing spiritual work. And not one day I allowed that power to get to my brain. Not one day. Call a good night. Next one. Next one. Now listen this. A 42 years old man is expected to appear before a Port of Spain magistrate. He had to answer 2 charges of 2 counts of cruelty to a child and 1 count of one count of assault by beating. That's abuse to a minor. The suspect was arrested following a joint investigation by officers of the Gender-Based Violence Unit and the Child Protection Unit, the CPU, into an incident involving a report of a child abused on Saturday, 2nd of May, 2020. According to the official police report, it is alleged that the suspect entered a bedroom of the home in which the victim was situated, after which a quarrel broke out. The man reportedly became violent, causing the victim to contact the police. The man was arrested following police investigations. Police reported that this latest case, being a total of 58 persons charged for crime against children under the Children Authority or the Children Act 46(1) of 2020. The Gender-Based Violence Unit was launched on January 21st, 2020 by the Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, to address and handle cases of gender-based and domestic violence in Trinidad and Tobago. So all I want to abuse children, you don't have some fathers and mothers and stepchildren and grandparents and mother-in-law and father-in-law and all these kind of laws. They want to abuse children, but it have something for you now. It have something for you. I also heard today, there's an old guy in Barapur who just beat up his daughter-in-law. And he beating his son-in-law. And he beating up the children. But hold on. Hold on. You want to play Mr. Beater Man? Not a problem. When these officers end up in your property, knocking on your door, I want to see you fight back with them. I want to see you fight with them. That's what I want to see. But hold on, have a little patience. I telling you, have a little patience. Because your daughter-in-law is not yours. The grandchildren is not yours to beat up. Let me tell you something. When I push for certain things, I just know why I'm pushing for it, you know. I just know what effect to look for, you know. Call her good night.
Good night.
Right ahead.
We are presently in a pandemic into the country, and yet the government refuses to respect farmers, while all the other citizens respect the farmers presently. We're talking food security now, when it's supposed to be talking this years back.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Trinidad and Tobago, Real Talk is having its food drive. I'm asking you to plant a seed of $1,000. You all heard for the last 2 weeks, 2 incidents, 2 individuals planted seed, and they reap their benefits, their miracles, their fruit. So I'm asking of you to contribute $1,000. This is what we did. Yesterday that came in and almost half of it is finished today. Half of it. So our food drive is going on. We are looking for the needy, not the want. The needy. Because the want could get any time, but the needy do not have a voice. So hence the reason why this is Real Talk for the needy, not the wants. So I'm asking of you, the businessman, the community, contribute to Real Talk. Like I said, we did things different. You get in a market bag, you get in a grocery bag, you get in a chicken. I am not just giving you dry food. I'm giving you something to make to carry with. I'm giving you a little meat sauce. So feel free to contribute. Call me, 339-1670. Saieed, we love what you're doing. You're doing things different. We're coming to contribute. You all heard a woman who was sick. I told you about the woman with the stroke. I tried to get her today, but her calls went unanswered. I tried to get her so you would hear from her. She planted a seed and she got healed. I am not God. I am a human being just like her. But she believed in planting that seed. You never know what she could have planted it for. In a church, in a temple, in a mosque. But her belief is what God used and nourished that tree being the body. So if you all feel free, contact me 3391670 or 2386716 and plant a seed. Contribute $1,000. That is your seed that you are planting on behalf of your children, on behalf of a job, on behalf of the grandchild, on behalf of education, on behalf of a loan, on behalf of a house, on behalf of your health, even on behalf of the poor. You see, everybody believes in God. Everybody believes. I believe in God, man. I know God. You know God? I could say I have an affiliation with God because of the fact that I do spiritual work. I see about people. I see miracles happen. But God is bigger than my thoughts, and He's bigger than my dreams. So for the lady who planted the seed, who had a stroke, she believed in God, and she planted with faith. How many of you could say you're planting with faith? So we have our food drive going on. Feel free to contribute $1,000. Plant a seed. You can plant more than 1,000, you know. The bigger you plant, the bigger the blessings. There's a physical saying. I'm going to teach you a little something. There is a physical saying that when you work for big money, when you collect a big salary, you build a big house, and you're driving a big time car. Say if you plant small mercies into God's kingdom, where you get not small mercies, because you ain't thinking big. But if you plant a big seed, you know there's a okra seed, there's a small seed, and a pumpkin seed is a bigger seed. So if you plant a small seed, you'll get small mercies. And if you plant a big seed, well, you'll get a bigger tree with bigger fruits. That is common sense. That is what you call common sense. Call a good night.
I say good night. How are you?
Go right ahead.
Excellent platform again, I would like to say. Was the Minister Health said posting $1 million to $1.5 million to do remedial work at the center. We wanted to know who got the contract, what was the scope of work, and did any cameraman get to go in to see what they did for $1.5 million?
Thank you very much, my friend.
Did we have a next question with regard to the oil? Did we advertise gas for sale?
Thank you.
We have no gas for sale. We are purchasing gas, and we have oil, not gas. So we are purchasing gas. How could we be selling gas? We have a bunch of dishonest men with no integrity, and I'm sad to say they are not honorable. So could we get some answers? Could the relevant people who are asking questions ask these questions, please?
Thank you, my friend. That is why I decided to touch on the Rockwood Center with the $1.5 million. For 14 days, you spend $1.5 million in toilet and baths. That's what I asked. That's what I asked. Who benefited from that? Come out and tell the people. Because in a couple of months, all they're going to want to call election, all they're going to want to go back, all they're going to want to walk these streets. I wonder if you got U.S. sanction before election. I wonder if we would get a U.S. sanction before election. And who have to go for breaking the law? According to the laws of the land, no individual, no person is bigger than the law of the land. Even the one who creates the laws could get charged. So listen this now. Listen this. Over $1.8 million owed to the artists and suppliers for their service at Carifesta. You know what I say? They say the money will be paid at the end of June. The festival was held in Trinidad and Tobago in August and September last year. Last year. However, months later, some persons are yet to be paid. You see? We're working for you. We're working for you. Leader of the government business in the Senate, Clarence Rambarat, explained that the late payment is due to a number of factors. It always have something blocking. Always. You could never have a smooth payment. Teachers get back pay, doctors get back pay, nurses get back pay, PSA workers get back pay. Is always some hindrance. Always. Carifesta is a festival of the arts, and it is held in countries across the Caribbean and has been hosted by TNT on 4 occasions. So last year it was held, and this year they're still waiting for payments. Still waiting for payments. Where you go, boy? It's Trinidad and Tobago. It's Trinidad and Tobago. Everything going down our throat, we swallowing it and staying quiet. Thank God he gave me a voice. Thank God he gave me a platform. Thank God I could stand up in front of the camera and talk without fear. So listen to this now. Caribbean Airline will be reopening its Barbados tickets office tomorrow. However, it will operate with restrictions in hours due to the restriction related to COVID-19. In a release, they noted that the office at the Norman Center building on Broad Street, Bridgetown, Barbados, will be open on Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. until further notice. However, the airport tickets office in Barbados will continue to remain closed at this time. Cal Airport tickets office in Trinidad and Tobago also remain open with restricted hours. So you all hear that? Piaco International Airport and the A&R Robinson International Airport from 5 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. daily. So it means flights will go out and flights will come in, according to the report from Carl. So planes on the move. They're on the move. We have about 2 minutes left on our show. The accident that took place over the weekend on Saturday night with the COVID party, we understand that the individual who died left her children home to go party. That is what we understand. How sad. How sad. The party is more important than staying home with your children. And why are you going to a party when you know there is a stay-at-home policy in Trinidad and Tobago? You never know when your appointed time is. You never know. Now listen to what a close relative of the deceased is saying. I am calling on everyone to obey the order because it is 4 children she have left behind and none of them can be consoled at this time. This is a relative of the deceased that died after a COVID party over the weekend. She left the children. You went partying. Yeah. Hey, the party nice. Boy, the party nice. Boom. The party not nice again because 4 children crying. Negligence. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. I will see you tomorrow night. God's Peer Life. Remember, Real Talk is having the food drive. Feel free to plant a seed. Donate $1,000. It's your blessing, not mine. I am just encouraging you into planting a seed. Be safe. Enjoy the night until we meet again. Good night.